Tonight's a chance to get on the road to recover against a team that they know they can compete against. Their mission starts now. Grizzlies, Clippers, and we'll be right back for the tip-off. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Clippers, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season. And, of course, the Memphis Grizzlies, a couple spots below.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
Yeah, they can't really afford to slip any farther down in the standings because, let's face it, they don't have the firepower to dig themselves out of too deep a hole once they're in it.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow a D.C. kid to be a little parochial right now, while there are some basketball hotbeds throughout the world, Prince George's County in the heart of Maryland is among the finest. A litany of NBA players have come from PG, including Kevin Durant, Victor Oladipo, Markelle Fultz, Michael Beasley, and Quinn Cook. KD said, "It's just in the water. This is what we do." Guys?
Great stuff as always, D.A. Thanks. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor, will likely be the victor.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Rondo in at the point. And for Memphis, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Clark in at the three, the small forward.
Here we go.
It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. Here's Rondo. Passes it to Leonard. Over in the corner, Cousins. Second chance shot, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two. And the foul goes against Memphis. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
First free throw is good.
Well, you think back to DeMarcus Cousins' career. Because of his skill set on the low block, he has spent a lot of time at the foul line.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. And Clark has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant against Rondo. Clark outside. Pass to Jackson. Morant outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The second chance effort, and Valanciunas puts it in.
Well, I think this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
The pass to Ibaka. To the middle, here's Leonard. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Morant. Drops in the layup for 2.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And where Brooks seemed to have carved out a niche, GA, his consistency from range and from the line.
Kev, if you can space the floor and hit your free throws, you're going to be in the rotation. Brooks really came into his own last season. And the more he refines his shot selection, the more valuable he becomes to this team. And one of the biggest surprises last year for Memphis, Brandon Clark, brought not only the energy, the rebounds, the block shots, he brought the three-point shooting.
And the first one drops. A player known for his athleticism, Clark's skill set may have been underappreciated by people and personnel.
Not only the long-range shooting, Clark showed up with a terrific floater, hit his free throws. He even started creating for others by the end of last year.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Count the basket.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Leonard inside. He's covered by Clark. Leonard draws the double, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here's Memphis. Last outing for the Clippers. They won that game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Morant dishes to Clark. From deep. It's hauled in by George.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Stolen by Brooks. Inside. Here. Oh, wow!
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Clippers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And here's George for 3.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Brooks misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Now here's Brooks. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. There's Jackson with the 3. Clippers trail by 8. Outside Rondo. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. To the inside. Ibaka, another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Greg, obviously, we're early on here. We already have seen some second-year players looking much more improved over their rookie year.
I mean, if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. And listen, the fact that you now have gone through the season, you've got a better sense of who you are and what you can do out on the floor. I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year, and you go into the offseason with specific goals and areas where you want to improve.
You think there's more growth between your first and second year than any other 2 years in your career?
You can make that case, no doubt about it, because that's you're still thinking you can be one of the all-time greats no matter who you are at that stage, and so you tend to put in a little more emphasis in terms of improvement. They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And the Clippers call time here. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly.
Get there.
In the corner, George with it. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's Cousins. A 14-point game for him in the win against Dallas. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard.
And the defense not making things easy for them.
And the Clippers miss again. Clark right side. And Clark slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
And the Clippers have possession following the score by Memphis. Brooks against George. That one good for 2.
Silky smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
Morant against Beverly. Feeds it to Jackson. Shoots over Cousins, and he overshot that one, missing.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
That doesn't go either for George.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Morant right side. Here's Valanciunas. The shot's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Leonard. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He can't get it to go. Nice D from Valanciunas. And here are the Grizzlies now. It's a 21-2 run, totally rolling here. Tipped away. George against Morant. Leonard with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss.
Wow, this defense is blanking him down the stretch, and that's certainly hurting his team's chances.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And that one falls for Brooks. And a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs, that always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters, because now I think they're on to something. If we could get that, you know. But in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well. And I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
2 points. That one goes.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
It's Brooks on the wing. Back to Morant. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 5 assists tonight.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 19. Outside, George. Off target from outside.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
To the paint. Here's Valanciunas. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Kennard. They get the rebound. Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Beverly against Morant. And it's Beverly missing.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's Valanciunas. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Clippers trail by 21. Outside, George. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Anderson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Brooks. And Jones subbed in for John Morant. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
Here's Melton. 8 points his last outing. Down low. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. A nice shot by George.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Now here's Jones. Jackson up top. Now the feed to Winslow. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Kennard. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Jones with it. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Zubac against Jackson. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Melton. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 14. The shot by George. Wide open. No good from outside. Memphis has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Now Winslow, taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Jackson passes to Anderson. Over George. Anderson's shot is off. And Los Angeles guys shooting an alarming 21% to get things going here. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to Winslow. Back to Jones. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Clippers trail by 14. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Melton's shot is good. And the Grizzlies lead by 17.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
And George kicks to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. On the wing, George. For three. And he's good on the three ball. George has got 10 points.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Jones, the pass to Melton. Anderson outside. And the pass to Jackson. To the middle. There's Winslow. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Grizzlies shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That's good from Winslow.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for George. So he gets them both. 58 seconds left in the first quarter. Jackson against Jones. Morris outside. Over Anderson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Memphis leading by 16. Winslow, the pass to Anderson. 29 seconds left to play in the first. Second shot opportunity. Winslow's shot is off. LA's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here's Jackson, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
Jackson looking it over. There's Winslow, and no good on the last second attempt this time. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Memphis Grizzlies. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young players to acclimate themselves to the NBA.
You know, this game, it's a physical game, obviously, but, a lot of it is mental. So, just, making sure you're thinking while you're out there is, one of the big things for me. One of the things I've kind of learned since I've been in the league.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Grizzlies have been rolling right along, haven't they?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Now, Ja Morant says in an era of 5-star recruits, he was a no-star recruit coming out of high school. and that put that big chip on his shoulder. Now he has "beneath no one" tattooed on his arm. And he says, "My dad always told me that I was trained to go." Basically, that I'm built for the moment. And guys, his time is now.
Sure is, DA. Thank you. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Anderson against Rondo. Here's Cousins. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Anderson outside. Over to the left wing. The 8-footer. Bank shot. No good. Clippers trail by 12. Jackson drives in. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to Allen. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Outside, Jones. Inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Clippers trail by 10. Rondo passes to Leonard. Over Clark. And it's Leonard missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Jones looking for an opening. Anderson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
DeMarcus Cousins proving you don't have to be a high flyer to block shots. That's about positioning and timing. Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. Dylan Brooks comes in for Anderson, and it's Morant in for Jones. And Allen drops them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Outside Leonard. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The Grizzlies pull it in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Morant against Rondo. And that one's good. Morant's got 13.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
Clippers trail by 14. Beverly the pass to Rondo. Here's Ibaka. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Clark. And it's Brooks. That time on the assist by Clark. Brooks has got his second bucket of the night.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
A 3 from Leonard. Good on the triple.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Memphis leading by 13. Allen outside. Passes to Brooks. Cousins against Clark. Shot clock at 6. Deep 2 from Brooks. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 8 points for him. Clippers trail by 15. Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Allen. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
George is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And that one falls for Allen.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here is Ibaka. He's coming off a 19-point game against Dallas.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
Moran finds Clark. Valanciunas against Ibaka. 8 feet away. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
When Valanciunas forces the issue like that, he is really tough to handle. He does a good job drawing contact.
For Memphis, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Valanciunas hits them both. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
George with the bounce pass. George misses the three.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Clark slams it in.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Here's Rondo. Brandon Clark picking up that last basket. Rondo passes to Leonard. In the corner, George with it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 13 points.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now here's Morant. 20 points for him last game against Indiana.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
George with the ball. Now Valanciunas defending, trying to get open as Ibaka. George missing again. And so Allen will bring it up for the Grizzlies. 22 is their biggest lead. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Knocks down the 3 ball. 8 points for him.
But you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Oh, good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Some changes for Memphis. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Grayson Allen. The Clippers also making some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Morant. 13 points in the game. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Beverly. Dishes it to Ibaka. Pass to Kennard. That shot, no good. Nice D from Valanciunas. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. He gets it in there. Morant's got 6 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Outside, George. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
2 trays now in the second quarter after he hit one in the first.
And so it's Memphis with it. The pass to Melton. Back to Morant. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Morant's got 19 points.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Los Angeles has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, there's superb shot selection right now with Paul George. He's aggressive, but he's still playing within the offense.
Melton passes to Winslow. Here's Melton. There's Winslow. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. Clippers trail by 21. Beverly wide open. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
Really good use of the pull-up jumper by Patrick Beverly, understanding when to rise and fire.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Morant drives in and finished off by Morant.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right. GA seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And George gets it to go.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
1:16 left in the first half. There's Winslow.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
We've got 1:08 left in the first half. George against Winslow. George passes to Ibaka. Lachey. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, what you love about Serge Ibaka, yes, he has tremendous size and reach and great athleticism, but he plays his role to a T.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Anderson comes in for Clark. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Pass to Melton. Memphis moving that ball around. Morant passes to Melton. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Morris. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Jackson against Morant. Pass to Melton. Launches it. And so it's Memphis, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Ja Morant in the first half. He had 21 points, 4 assists, and you have to like what's going on in Memphis, Shaq. Ja Morant feeding Jaren Jackson Jr.
Jackson Jr. played against his dad. He's part of that exceptional top 5 in the 2018 draft. Jackson was the youngest guy in that class, though.
You know what the funny thing is? You know, he can finish with either hand. Like, as a guy, most of the guys.
He's amphibious. I like it.
Well, it's amphibious. But, he's just scratching the surface. I don't know if he could guard 1 through 5, but he can guard 1 through 5 for spurts.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Clark in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. He feeds it to Ibaka, and it's good. 2 points.
Well, how about the frame and the concentration of Serge Ibaka? What an interior finish that was.
Morant surveying the D. To the left wing. Clark with a wide open look. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 15. A 3-ball. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by George. Rondo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. George against Brooks. And Valanciunas kicks to Morant. Clark outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Rondo passes to Ibaka. Cousins, no one around him. The Clippers keep it alive. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Serge Ibaka. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Outside Jackson. And there's the pass to Valanciunas. Back to Jackson. Valanciunas. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Valanciunas takes it off the window and leaves no doubt.
Rondo kicks to Leonard. To the inside. Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
Well, what a job punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Morant against Ibaka. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on George. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Jones checked in for Ja Morant. And both free throws good for Brooks. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Rondo. The teardrop falls in. Rondo's got 5 points now this quarter.
And at his best is Rondo when he's attacking in the paint. Beautiful little floater there. Easy to get it up and over the defense.
Now here's Brooks. 14 points for him. Jones finds Jackson. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Rondo against Jones. Lets a floater go. Tries to keep it alive. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
And here's a look at the stats for Clark. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 9 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Pass to Valanciunas. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Clippers trail by 10. A 3 from Leonard. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists tonight.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Jones. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Clark, and then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Here's Leonard, and it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Free throw drops for Leonard.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Winslow's checked in for Brandon Clark. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Morris is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Valanciunas. The shot off that time. Nice D from Cousins. Clippers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
See, I don't think you can teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Paul George.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And here's Jones. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Brooks with it. He's picked up by Cousins. And the rejection by Cousins. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Brooks outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jackson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Passes it to Valanciunas from downtown. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Paul George. Here's Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
And so here are the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. 14 points for him.
Well, being aggressive and assertive. The big man snatching the rebound.
Here's Winslow. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Brooks. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Jackson, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Clippers trail by 6. Now Kennard, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Here's Melton. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Melton's got his second basket of the night. Now here's Jackson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
That one falls.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Outside, Jones. Ooh, the double clutch. They shoot again. There's the dish to Jackson. Shoots over Zubac. Jackson misses.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Jones. Anderson outside. At the elbow, it's Jackson. To the middle. There's Winslow. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. Clippers trail by 7. And here's Beverley.
I got yours.
Zubac with it. Jackson from long range. Rebounded by Jackson. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. So a moment now to see the story for him.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips and all of a sudden you're locked in.
And the first one drops.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Both free throws good from Anderson. Clippers trail by 9. Beverley deciding where to go with it. On the wing, Morris. Anderson with the block.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
There's Winslow following the basket by Marcus Morris. Now Winslow, 7 points in the game. Anderson trying to free himself up. Goes back up. Winslow finds Jackson, and they pick up 2. Jackson's got 8 points.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Pass to Zubac. On the wing, Morris. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Here's Jones. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Morris. He's got 6. That's tipped. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 13.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Here's Morris, following the score by Memphis. Good, nice job down low. 8 points for him.
I'll tell you, you have to take pride in finishing through contact. You get the sense Marcus Morris relishes that chance.
Here's Melton, covered by Morris. Melton passes to Anderson. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
Check out the vision from Jackson. Doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Some changes for Memphis. Brandon Clark comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's John Morant in for Tyus Jones. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Now here's Winslow. He's got 7. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. That's good from Winslow. He doesn't get the second one. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 9 points. Here's Melton. 6 points for him. The pass to Jackson. And 1:01 left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock from the wing. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got rebound number 8 now on the night. From 12 feet out. And the shot is long. Memphis leading by 9. Jackson has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And the rejection by Jackson. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Lobbed up there for Clark.
And this is why so many were high on Clark there. Love seeing him be aggressive.
And here's Jackson. He has 6. The 3 He's off on that one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Grizzlies lead by 11. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Jackson in at the shooting guard position. Morris, no good. Memphis leading by 11. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Jackson throws it down hard. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Jackson with it. Feeds to Morris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Brandon Clark.
You see, you can't be too physical with Marcus Morris. This guy is so strong, and he's so good at drawing the foul.
First one falls for him.
Marcus Morris has proven that he can be effective in any system in the NBA, understands his role as a stretch 4.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for DeAnthony Melton. And then for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Kennard. And Paul George is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's Brooks. Makes it off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted. And Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside Leonard. Puts it up from 17, and he gets it to go. Leonard's got 9 points here in the second half.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Jackson against Morant. Pass to Valanciunas, stolen by Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Now here's Morant. Clark outside. Back to Morant. And that one is good. Morant's got 23.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Leonard against Winslow. And there it is for him.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Brooks outside. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. Over Winslow. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
It's stolen by Ibaka. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Tries again. That shot missing. Morant with some nice D.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
In that game against Milwaukee, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
And he makes the first. For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And both free throws good for Brooks. Clippers trail by 12. Outside Leonard. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
I'll tell you, tough first half, puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Passes it to Clark. Back to Morant. Memphis moving that ball around. Cousins against Clark. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
What a terrific steal to ignite that play. You have to protect the ball around DeMarcus Cousins.
Now Morant. And finished off by Morant.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Winslow. Grizzlies with the rebound. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight for the 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Clark's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Down low. And the rejection by Cousins. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Brooks kicks to Morant. Looking for Clark, and he gets it there. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
First free throw is good. And so Clark nails both of them. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. A 12-point game. Doesn't go that time. Morant with some nice D. And it's Memphis on the break. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
The first free throw is good, and Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And he can't hit the second. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul. Clippers trail by 13. Now here's Leonard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Brandon Clark.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I caught Taylor Jenkins' message to his team. He told them this is a game of runs, it's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
And it's Morant missing. Clippers trail by 11. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Back to Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morant's got 27. Clippers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Here's Leonard. Grizzlies with the rebound. Morant outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Jackson from long range. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Cousins with the bounce pass. Leonard knocks down the 10-footer. Leonard's got 15 points in just the second half. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. That's good from Morant.
And the potential of Morant is sky high. A dynamic guard. He plays with a Russell Westbrook type edge and intense on both ends.
Now here is Ibaka. Back to Rondo. Outside, George. Just 5 on the clock. The 17-footer. Misses off the left iron. The Grizzlies shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Like the pass from Clark there, showing he can be a piece of the puzzle.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 14. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ibaka. Cousins inside. Jackson on him.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Clippers trail by 14. Here's George. It's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight. Morant against Rondo. Back to Morant. It's good. Morant's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
The Clippers shooting 40% in the fourth. There's the pass to Ibaka. He kicks it to Leonard. Brooks against George. Pass to Leonard. 5 to shoot. And it's blocked. Clark against Rondo. And that one's good. Morant. Morant's got 34 points.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Rondo finds George. Here's Cousins, guarded by Jackson. Cousins, the pass to George. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Well, Valanciunas reads the play and snuffs it out. That's the kind of defense you need from the 5 spot.
The 3 from Morant. And he's able to get it back. Another shot. And it's good on the way in. Morant's got 15 points here in the second half.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Clippers call time here.
And no doubt coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Rajon Rondo.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
From the inbound, fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has 0 fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
That free throw good from Leonard. And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Morant outside. And they double up Morant. Here's Jackson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
And Los Angeles guys shooting around 40% from the floor here. Rondo kicks to George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jaren Jackson.
We call that masterful use of the pump fake. Paul George effective getting guys to jump on it.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. And George drops them both. Here's Morant. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the final quarter. Brooks finds Valanciunas. Inside, here's Jackson. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. And Cousins throws it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Deep low post position. If DeMarcus Cousins has it, turn the lights out.
Morant outside. First free throw is good. Now we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, smartphone, or your computer.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Grizzlies.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ja Morant.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
No good from Cousins. And here's Morant. 34 seconds left in the game. Passes it to Clark. Shot clock at 5. Valanciunas with the ball. He's guarded by Cousins. Shot from 12. No good from Valanciunas. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 15-point game. Kicks it out to Leonard. Rondo against Valanciunas. Back to Leonard. Stolen by Jackson. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.